G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Battletech with Mags. So, since our last video we have taken on a couple of local contracts, nothing serious, just enough to keep the bills paid over the first month of gameplay, but now we have been contacted by one Lady Anna Maria Centrella, a member of the Canopian royal family, for an under-the-table contract not approved by the Mercenary Review Board, and this is a storyline mission. The contract wants us to travel to the moon Oculus and recover a Star League era dropship called the Argo. The Argo crashed on the moon some 200 years ago and has been derelict ever since. It's become the basis of a self-proclaimed pirate queen Grim Sybil and her band of misfits. Our mission is to drop onto the moon, clear out the defensive turrets, generators and all ground forces, and secure the Argo so that Lady Centrella's engineering team lead, Dr. Farah Murad, can begin repairs. If Grim Sybil or any of her lance should arrive, we're to eliminate them too. So the travel time for this particular mission was 18 days and is going to require 2 jumps, the first of which to get ourselves to the location of an allied jump ship, the second to actually jump us to the mission location. We did get one event pop up in the process of transit while we're waiting for the jump ship to spool up. This is the extension event. Banging noises draw you to a shared MechWarrior barracks where you find Decker disassembling one of the Leopard's internal walls. There are already several panels stacked neatly beside him. He pauses and then explains there's a few cubic meters of dead space back here. I'm making room so we can stretch without hitting the bunks. As reasonable as this sounds, the banks are not going to like you modifying their property. Now we get 3 options here, but because we're so early in the campaign, we do not have the technician option, which would be my preference. However, I do want the morale boost, and considering we are now doing a mission that's going to pay out over 1 million credits, spending 20,000 credits to pay the fine in exchange for the morale boost is entirely worth it. So, travel in the Battletech universe. First thing you need to understand is that the faster than light travel in Battletech is more like Battlestar Galactica and less like Star Wars or Star Trek. The Battletech universe uses the jump point system, in which a particular point in space is interlinked to points in space around other stars. These are your jump points. Specially designed spacecraft called jump ships hang around these points and are capable of folding space, transporting themselves instantly from one jump point to a jump point in a neighbouring star without ever actually moving. Dropships are spacecraft that, despite the name, aren't necessarily always capable of landing on planets, but are in fact ships that attach themselves to jump ships to be transported and ferried between these jump points. The size of jump ships can vary. They can be rather small, being only crewed by a very small number of people and carrying a small amount of cargo, to massive ships that require a full jump ship of their own to actually move them. So, having reached our destination, we're treated with another conversation talking about how we had to use a pirate point, that is an unstable jump point, in order to be able to get to our mission location, and having a brief discussion about some of the more questionable aspects of the mission. It's reasonably well written stuff and very good at establishing the basics of the world and allowing those that are unfamiliar with the Battletech universe to be able to get into it. Feel free to pause at any time if you want to read through it. It is rather long-winded. Which, of course, leads us to the setup for the actual mission. Now, my main pilot, Odin, has now come off his small stint in medical due to some minor injuries. The rest of the mech team lineup is relatively okay. My primary focus for this particular mission was making sure I had high enough gunnery and tactical skills on the majority of my characters. The main reason for this is a storyline mission. We do have set rewards for this mission. We're going to be over 1.1 million in credits, which is great, but more importantly, there is 3 parts worth of salvage on the table here, which means I can pull a full mech off the battlefield. And as this is a storyline mission, it has likely got a boss mech in it, which will be significantly heavier than anything that I currently have access to. If I can kill the pilot in that mech, I can potentially get a vastly more powerful mech very early in the game, complete. So, gunnery and tactics for critical strikes, the most important thing that I can set up.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, and we are mission go. Message from Executive Officer Darius. Welcome to Alexius, Commander. It's every bit as charming as you would expect a pirate-occupied moon to be. You'll find Grim Sibyl's radar stations just ahead. Defences appear to be limited to turrets and ground vehicles, for the time being at least. We know that Grim Sibyl has at least one lance of battle mechs, so be ready for anything. Be careful of the pirates' turrets as you make your way into the base. They pack a nasty punch. They can also sensor lock your mechs. Aim for the turret generators. That'll be the fastest way to neutralise the threat. After the pirates' radar stations are down, you'll be cleared to proceed to the Argo. Good hunting, Commander. Knock out their radar cover, crush any pirate resistance, and secure us that derelict. Okay, pretty straightforward. So, what I like to do at the start of a mission is just have a quick look around the terrain first and see exactly what we can see. So, this is one of the radar stations. We've got the turret at there. That is the radar station that we have to destroy. Second generator is over here, radar station is present, and that is the edge of the map. Now there is a valley over here near the edge of the map. That seems like a pretty obvious point to get flanked from. The crater's not going to allow much in the way of line of sight, so jump jetting on it's not going to be particularly helpful, and we've got the pass in between the two generators. So, I reckon we're going to come around here, head in underneath the first generator, and we'll take that one out, and then we'll be prepared for anything that comes down that side. We will be in a position to take out any flankers and be able to directly engage forward, pushing towards the second radar station.
Roger.
Juicer to there, and we'll move Decker. I don't want to let him get too far ahead, but I do want to move him up because, well, his sensors are as good as everybody else's, but his mobility is much higher. Can't afford to let him take the hits, however. Now, we definitely got detection in there. Yep, we've got two turrets. And yeah, they're only unidentified at this point. That's really all I can see. I was sort of hoping to actually detect some vehicles, or any mechs that may be out on patrol, but there doesn't appear to be any here. Well, at this point, let's reserve Decker until later, as we advance the rest of our mechs up, so we can just have a think about exactly what we're going to do with him. Let's bring Odin up. I'm still not entirely sold on the blue paint job of these mechs. I'm really thinking about changing it to red.
Receiving you.
Let's bring Behemoth up. And it looks like we can get line of sight on one of the turrets from here, so the Shadowhawk can actually start engaging the first turret.
No one else singing this. Wake up, you idiots! We've got company!
Language now,
driving
Grim.
Giant battle mechs. We can't fight against.
Any more objections? Good. Get out there and fight!
What a bitch. Well, she knows we're coming, so we can start expecting the fun stuff to be arriving soon. Now, yeah, our hit rate's pretty good there. And clean hits with everything, not enough to take the turret out.
Yes,
Still too far away from the mead lasers at this point, but
position confirmed.
let's get the Vindy up now. Now, I'm only going to be able to engage in LRMs. We've got 85 on the LRMs, so that is good enough for me. And not enough to actually kill the turret. I don't want this turret firing on us, so from that location, Decker can get line of sight on the turret, but not on the second one, so the second one can't actively ping. And we can at least get one more mead laser on target. Too far away from the MGs. And destroyed. Beautiful. Alright, so that's the first turret out of the way.
One less
Second turret, if it's a laser turret, won't have line of sight on us, so it can't engage us. We should be good, I think. Me and my big mouth. Okay, so we have LRM launchers on the far side of that facility. I am not sure if they are turrets or if they are ground vehicles firing on us. The turret we just destroyed must have given away our location for that hit. And I would say, since the ground vehicles just took their turn and we're now taking hits, that it is the ground vehicles.
Standing by.
Alright, so Decker's taking hits. We're going to have to pull him back. Although, if we reserve him now, the enemy vehicles have already had their turn, so they're not going to be able to get another shot before he does. We can move everyone up and see where everyone sits in relation then. Back there, looking like a decent option. It still breaks the line of sight to the turrets, but it does give us a line of sight on the generator. If we can destroy the generator, the turrets in the area should go down. Now, we're out of range for the meat lasers, but the AC2s will hit. Well, theoretically they would have hit. They missed, but crap.
Yes, Commander.
Now, I think I'm going to have to be aggressive here, so this position's asking for the Shadowhawk to take hits. But the Shadowhawk is pretty heavily armoured, and it will get more of its weapons into play. So we've got the LRM-15 and the AC. Not quite enough to take down the generator, however.
What do you need?
From that position, once again, we're not going to have any direct fire weapons from the Vindicator within range, but the LRM should be, and that generator is now just about knackered, so... Well, the PPC will hit as well. Bonus. There we go, generator's down. So that should take out all the turrets on this side of the facility. We still have to take down the radar, but that should cut down on the defenses.
Commander?
Where to put you? Yeah.
Location
Let's just
confirmed.
pull you back for the moment. Yeah, there we go. That gets the evasion bonus and clears the knockback effect that he was currently holding onto from taking those LRMs. And here comes the LRMs on the Shadowhawk. We knew this was coming.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
1 bar on the stability and -1 on evasion, so I think we can afford to take one more of those before we lose our evasion bonus. Whoa, where did they come from? Ah, that'll be the turret. That'll be the medium lasers from the turret. Alright, so we're being engaged from 3 points. We're going to have to start clearing some of these up.
Receiving you.
So, Decker. You're going to need to get closer if you're going to use those MGs. That's looking better. Maybe putting him over to this side to actually engage the turret and the second tank.
Position confirmed.
Let's go with that.
Another blip on my screen.
Okay, so now he's in position. What have we got? Only got the meat laser. We still haven't got the MGs.
Confirmed.
So let's get rid of that laser turret. Well, at least start damaging that laser turret. A single hit from a medium laser wasn't going to destroy one, but... And more ground vehicles coming in. Alright, Odin. Where to put you? I reckon a right-hand side play. You can take down the vehicles coming around that flank. All the meat lasers. That
All
Alpha should just take that Striker out. There it goes. Striker eliminated. Beautiful. That's one gone.
Enemy unit destroyed.
And one volley of LRMs that we no longer need to worry about as well. So bonus points there. And our turn.
Commander.
Alright, so we've got to get rid of this turret. We have one tank in visual, and we have two currently on sensors, but we haven't got line of sight to them just yet. Deal with what we can see, I think. Now we're within range, get the SRMs and the medium lasers into play here, so we'll take out this light laser turret. Hopefully it's controlled. Yes, beautiful. Turret destroyed.
That turret is gone.
Now we just have to deal with the Bulldog.
Commander.
Medusa up next in the Vindicator. Vindicator hasn't actually done a hell of a lot this particular round. Or this particular battle so far. So I really need to get it front and center, because it can take a hit and it's got a lot of firepower. Structure exposed, so the front arm is now knackered, but it wasn't enough to actually take it out. Second vehicle moving to flank. Sneaky, 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 but that is why I still have the Blackjack with Odin parked over there, and it's a striker. So more missiles and medium lasers. So only the missiles are in range at this point.
Damage minimal.
A little bit of knockback. -1 on the evasion bonus, no major issues. Oh, it's lucky the large laser on that Bulldog missed.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Locust dodges most of the damage from the missile strike.
Ready for orders.
I wonder if we get in nice and close right to his side. No, we don't have a line of sight from there. It'd have to be from here. This is close enough that we should be able to get the machine guns into play. Make sure we select target. Yep, beautiful.
Firing a full salvo.
And more damage to the side armor, but not enough to actually take it out, unfortunately. Alright, Odin. 50s, 60s, and 70s on the striker. That's not high enough for my liking, so we're going to move forward just a touch. About there should do it. You can see the double lines on the sensor showing the optimal ranges for our weapons. We're within the overlap there. And that... Yep, with greens, that's good enough for me. And second striker eliminated. So that should be the flanking vehicles dealt with at this point. Now we're just going to deal with these ones.
Orders.
Now, what are we going to do? Not enough, not close enough. Or not, yeah. The jump range is not far enough to be able to jump over to the other ridgeline, unfortunately. So we're just going to have to drill from here. LRM's off. We'll stick the SRMs, mid lasers, and the AC. And the Bulldog still survives.
Ready for orders.
Alright, come on, Vindy.
Moving out.
Close into an optimal range. Right, mid laser and PPC. There we go. Alright, that got rid of the Bulldog. That's good, because the next turn that Bulldog had was going to be firing all of its weapons, likely at my Locust at point blank range, and I don't actually think he would have survived.
Yes, Commander.
Now, I don't want to bring the Locust within line of sight of both of these vehicles, because I will be the first thing that they attack, or the Locust will be the first thing they attack. So I think it's time to back the Locust off.
Confirmed.
Wait till the vehicles reveal themselves, and then we can charge the Locust back in once they're engaged with some of our heavier mechs that can actually take a little bit more of a hit. And we can brace there as well. Right, so enemy turn. And the target is a Scorpion. It's good to know. Alright, we need to start taking out these sensor towers. So let's use the jump jets.
Engaging jump jets.
That gets the blackjack to the top of the tower. And... oh... yeah, it doesn't matter what we do here, we're going to overheat the mech if we fire. So, let's brace ourselves. That'll let a little bit of heat burn off. Obviously the jump jets actually put a little bit too much heat on the mech. And here comes the Scorpion, -1 evasion on the Vindicator.
Waiting for orders.
Receiving you.
Yeah, let's go with Behemoth. Direct engagement, side armor of the Scorpion. You can go with the LRMs as well.
Affirmative.
Oh, that popped. Should have taken a little bit more than that.
Trashed.
Well, and then there was one.
Orders.
Can we get... I can get line of sight on the generator from that position, but if we use the jump jets... I can get line of sight on the vehicle. And I've just realised, once again, we've managed to overheat the mech, or bring the mech's internal temperature up high enough that we'll overheat if we fire the guns, because we use the jump jets. I think we'll brace this turn just to cool it off. It won't matter, the Vindy hasn't taken a huge amount of hits at this point, so... and whereabouts exactly are we going to put you, Decker?
Roger that.
That puts you close enough you'll be able to sweep in on the next turn. Yeah, we'll just brace. Alright, we're good. Good to go. And Scorpion's going to move up and do its thing. It should engage the Vindicator at the completion of the move. No real effect, -1 evasion, so that's fine.
Good to go.
Take Medusa. And we'll just stand on it, I think. This is why mechs are more fun than tanks.
Vehicle.
And that turn gives it a second turn on cooldown, and that solves our heat issue. Heat issue is a little bit more of an issue over here on the Blackjack, however. What can we fire here? We get 2 mead lasers in. Nah, let's just brace this turn and cool it down for another round so we can actually bring all the weapons to bear on the next turn. We've taken out all the defenses at this point, although we do need to pop that second generator, so we really need to get onto that right now.
Copy that.
So we'll bring Behemoth down and into line of sight with the generator. Now, there's the generator. AC5's
Locking
in range and the LRM. Decent hit, not enough to take it out, however.
What's up, boss?
Where can we get the locust to that'll have range? About there we'll do.
On my way.
We're not going to get close enough to get the MGs on target, but we only need the mead laser.
Target confirmed.
This issue with how close you've got to get to targets with the MGs is actually why I prefer the SRM Locust if I can get my hands on one. Although, with any luck at the completion of this mission, we will be picking up a much larger mech, if I play this right. Let's turn off the AC2s.
Engaging target.
Well, that did some damage, but it wasn't enough to take down the radar tower.
What's up, boss?
Right.
Locking on target.
Volley again at the generator. And the missiles blow the generator, so that gets rid of the turrets on
Target
this side.
destroyed.
That's one of our main goals now completed. So now we've just got to pop these radar towers. I have to brace you again.
Stabilizing. Engaging coolant system.
Blackjack's really having heating problems at the moment.
Target
On
confirmed.
the other hand, the Shadowhawk is doing just fine. One volley into the tower at this point. Now, once again, we can get the Locust to fire on the tower.
Target acquired.
And it's close to being destroyed, but not quite there just yet.
Standing by.
Medusa. It's interesting, you're only getting... It's really odd, you're only getting dotted line of sights. What is going on there? Not sure what that was all about.
Engaging target.
And that should be the end of that tower. Yes,
He's
there
knocked
we
out
go.
half our damned radar cover! You'd better get those LRMs online now, or you can learn what a belly full of laser fire feels like.
No, I think she's upset.
Locked on.
And still not enough. I thought that shot would have been enough to take down that second radar tower. Alright, let's move Odin up. And he'll have direct line of sight on there's two targets over here. We've got a turret. And we've got the radar. We'll only have range on the AC-2s.
Engaging target.
And that deals with the radar. So the radar is
Target
now being
building
cleared.
Destroyed.
That's done it, Commander. The AA guns are down for now. Get to the crash site and secure the area. Okay, that was a really odd
Ready
zoom
for
in
order.
there. Alright, let's deal with this turret first. While we're at it. Okay, so there's the Argo. She's a big beast, isn't she? That's our objective zone. We've got to get all of our mechs in there to secure the area so we can bring the engineers in. And this is the defensive wall around the pirate compound. Now, jump jets, we can obviously jump the wall, but the Locust doesn't have them, so the Locust has to come through, and there's the main entrance. So, we want to go straight up and around here. So that'll be fine. Move the Shadowhawk up, and we should be able to engage the turrets in this position. And that should be the last
Taking
defense
the
in the
shot.
area, I hope. Impact. LRMs.
Waiting for orders.
Oh, the Vindicator can now actually fire, which is good.
Roger.
And there we go. Everything except a small
Locked
laser.
on target.
Nice. Alright, that's the turret eliminated. Now, I can't see
One
anything
left
else in the area that could be hostile, so for the moment, we should go through to fast turns. Jump jet out, and all our heat fell off with the brace. Yep, we're in fast turns now, so we're automatically going to be
Coordinates
sprinting the mechs to cover the distance because we have no hostiles now within range.
Heading out.
So we'll be able to reposition up to the entrance to the area very quickly. Yeah, a lot of people don't like these cinematic cameras. I actually really do like them tracking the mechs around. I think it looks good. Still not convinced about the blue on the mechs though.
Aye, aye.
Right. Let's get Medusa up to here.
Heading out. Moving to
Decker in
position.
there. Decker's sensors should cover the inside area of the entrance, just to confirm that there is nothing in there and nothing has been detected. Blackjack there, Shadowhawk there, and the Vindicator there, and we'll leave the Locust right where it is. Okay, so I want to split the forces once we go in. So we're going to put the Blackjacks... There's no targets in here we're detecting, so we just put it here to the, well, fairly close to the entrance, and it's going to go left.
Move order
The
received.
Shadowhawk's going to go to the right. The Vindicator can go with the Blackjack, and we'll send the Locust up with the Shadowhawk. From Darius, the crash site is secure. Samaya, you've got a clear approach path to the derelict. 2 steps ahead of you, EXO. Watch yourself, Commander. I'm coming in hot. And the dropship is down. So that's delivering the engineers and the SWAT teams into the derelict of the Argo. From Navigator Samaya, the package is delivered, EXO. I'm taking the Leopard to a safe distance before the pirates can get their guns running again. Okay. Darius, roger that, Maya. Dr. Murad, your team is clear to enter the derelict. From Dr. Freya Murad, I hear you, Mr. Olivia. We're making our way inside
All right, people,
now.
you know what to do. Marines, clear the ship of pirates.
With pleasure, Dr. Murad.
I really do like the small bits of voice acting in here. I wish they had had a lot more of it. Okay. I'm just looking for likely spots at the moment to set up these mechs ready for the next part of the engagement. I want to be able to hit the enemy mechs from both sides, so I think we're going to need to push all of the mechs up just a touch before we can do that. And that will do for the Vindicator, and I'm actually a little concerned something might come up behind us, so if I run the Locust up to the back of the Blackjack and then turn it around 180 degrees, it'll keep its sensors pointed out the way we just came in, until we can locate our next set of enemies.
Dr. Murad,
Which have been
pirates
located.
have Alpha Squad pinned down in the Argo's main hallway. Bravo Squad is holding the door to engineering, but you better hurry up.
Sergeant? Talk to me.
Sounds like they're having fun in there.
What's up,
Okay, so first hostile mech has been detected, and what we have is a Jenner. Now, the Jenner is a worthwhile replacement for the Locust if I can get my hands on it, but it is smaller than I was hoping for. Second mech. Now, is that the second mech, or no, that's not the second mech, that's just the one we've got now.
Damn it! I'm wounded.
Damn it.
Losing
Head
armor.
hit, pilot injured. That's right, I can take a couple of hits, that's fine. Another mech coming around as well. So, let's get a Blackjack in. Let's start engaging the Jenner. Let's get all the weapon systems up and get the aiming up. I want to wipe the leg off this thing and knock it on its ass. I wouldn't mind collecting the parts for the Jenner if I have that option. I was hoping to take it. Now, shot. Right leg and right torso. So the knockdown plus the right torso, that's 2 pilot injuries. Okay, so while I'm moving these around, and we've got a vehicle in here as well. Another Locust. Pretty sure that's an SRM
Standing
Locust
by.
as well. We'll get Behemoth around to deal with the... Well, to get a crack at the Jenner, actually. So, capturing a mech in Battletech. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You need 3 parts of a mech chassis in order to be able to capture the mech. If we we aim for the torso, we're likely going to hit the center torso and it's going to kill the mech. If we aim for the leg, we get at least 2 parts.
Roger that.
Yep, both legs destroyed.
That's the kill.
The Jenner is now out of the battle. So, in order to rebuild the mech and take it for yourself, you need 3 parts of it. The 3 parts can be gained in a couple of different ways. If you straight up destroy the enemy mech by blowing out its center torso, you'll only get 1 part. If you destroy both the legs so the mech collapses, you will get 2 parts. However, if you want to get all 3, you need to kill the pilot. And there's a couple of ways you can actually kill the pilot. And I don't give a damn about this commando, by the way, so we're just gonna... just going to drill the hell out of it. Straight into the center torso. Give it everything it's got. Exposed. Not enough to kill it, unfortunately. Yeah.
Good to go.
To kill the pilot, you've got a couple of options. First option, and the most obvious one, is to shoot the cockpit, the head of the mech, where the pilot sits. If you manage to destroy the head, you instantly kill the pilot, and the rest of the mech is completely undamaged and will give you 3 parts. But the head has an extremely low percentage chance to hit. You can do it, but you generally need extremely high-skilled pilots, and you need
what's happening
mechs.
in there? Come in, Doctor.
A little busy. The pirates are dead. But so are half of my engineers. It's an unholy mess in here. Bodies everywhere.
Can you get the ship flying again? I need an update.
Look, do you want me to talk or do you want me to fix the damn ship? You do your job, I'll do mine.
Alright, hopefully this will put the Locust within MG range. No, not quite. I'll
Firing on
laser to the
target.
side, that'll be fine. Structure exposed. That's it. Kind of sad. As I was saying, there's a couple of ways you can kill the pilot. The first is to destroy the cockpit. It's the weakest point of the mech. Generally, you need high-skilled pilots and mechs with high accuracy, usually custom-built mechs for sniping out cockpits, in order to be able to do it with any form of reliability. Sometimes you get a lucky shot, but the general rule of the thumb is you aim for the head, you actually hit the center torso. And remember, destroying the center torso will only give you 1 mech component. Now, the second way you can do it will do a lot of damage to the mech, but it will get you the 3 parts. And that is you need to kill the pilot by performing injuries. Now, each pilot in the game can only take a certain amount of injuries in total.
Engaging target.
Hopefully this is kill commando. Yep, there we go, so it's also destroyed. That's commando gone. There'll be 1 commando part available to salvage. Yeah, each pilot only has a certain amount of injuries they can take. It's standard there is 4. They can be upgraded with skills. I imagine most of the pilots at this level will be either at 4 or 5 for the AI, which means you need to injure them 4 to 5 times and they automatically go incapacitated. Knocking a mech over will, so by putting enough knockdown hits on its bar and causing the mech to fall over, will do a pilot injury. Destroying a leg or causing a damage will also cause a pilot injury. That was a nice shot. You can see the pilot injuries coming up there. So doing enough knockdown damage to cause the mech to fall over will give you a pilot injury. Destroying a leg will automatically cause the mech to fall over, which will cause a pilot injury. Causing an ammunition explosion can outright destroy the mech, but can also leave the mech intact and cause a pilot injury.
Yep.
Hitting the cockpit with a weapon, even if it doesn't destroy the cockpit, will cause an injury, and destroying the left or right or both torsos, each torso destruction will cause a pilot injury. You can put together any combination, and providing you do not destroy the center torso or you do not destroy both legs of the mech, if you can do enough damage, center torso destroyed, I'm only going to get 1 component for that Locust. If you can do enough of a combination on the target to put enough injuries on the target to actually incapacitate the pilot. Regardless of the overall damage done to the mech, you will get 3 components. So this is what I'm working on here. Yeah, let's just get the Locust to run in and melee this tank and just get rid of it. Go. Mechs also get a damage bonus when attacking ground vehicles in melee, so that's why the Locust was able to do that. And we've got a Scorpion coming in. Disappointed with the mechs I've seen so far. I was expecting something significantly bigger than what we've actually seen at this point. We have nothing for the Blackjack to engage, so we'll move it up a touch, and then I think I'll brace it just to cool it down. So it's ready for what's coming next. We're only at 4 of 7. And 1 ground vehicle, so that's 5, so we're missing 2 targets here at the moment to complete this objective. Hopefully they're both mechs. Now the ground vehicles you can't salvage and use, which I sort of see as being a bit unfortunate. It would have been interesting to have them available. But when you destroy them, they will give up their weapon system, so large lasers, medium lasers, missile systems, and so on.
Enemy vehicle eliminated.
And that's that. And hello, here comes Grim Sybil. You think you're going to steal my ship, you miserable little scrub? Nobody steals from Grim Sybil. I'm going to carve you up like a roasted pig. Somehow I doubt that. Now that is a big mech. Okay, so let's have a look at what that mech is. Yeah, but it's in terrible condition. Being in terrible condition is great if I want to destroy it. I actually want to recover it, so... That's alright, we can fix it up.
On my way.
The Locust is nice and close. Alright, so let's have a look at your mechs here. We have a Shadowhawk, which we have one of already. Good mech. And that other one looks like a quick draw. I can't get a target on it from here because I don't have line of sight, but I'm pretty sure that's a quick draw. Single medium into the arm. The Shadowhawk likely didn't even notice that. I have to be careful here, otherwise my Locust will wind up smeared all over the place. And he managed to miss the Locust.
My internals are
good.
taking a beating.
My turn. Cool. Right, let's bring the Blackjack up here. Either one of these mechs would be fine to recover, so I'm going to try and kill the pilots in both of these mechs. I could take them out relatively quickly, but I want to see whether or not we can get them both on the table. Because as I said at the start, this mission has... Start with a leg hit. This mission has 3 selectable salvage, but 14 total salvage. So if we can completely recover 1 mech, there is always a chance that we will get all 3 parts for a second mech.
Commander. Location confirmed.
Shadowhawk is in a position to strike. Now, I don't think... No, we're not going to have line of sight to that leg, and I don't want to take out both legs. That's not what we're after here. If we turn the LRMs on, leave the SRMs on as well, so we just maximize general damage. Just chew up some of its general armor. Vindicator is very out of position. Get to there. At the very least I can bring the LRM into play, even though I can't bring the direct fire weapons in. I should have moved that
firing on target.
Move that Vindicator up much further, much sooner. AC5 crit, that's good. I don't mind if the AC5 is damaged, that prevents it from being able to be fired at my team. And yep, it's quick draw. Alright, so that's a 60-ton heavy mech. Much heavier than anything that we've got. And as you can see, it carries quite a bit of firepower. That exposed structure on our Shadowhawk, so we've got to deal with this fairly quickly. Let's get the Locust up and around the side. I was just thinking whether or not I should go straight for a melee attack, but the Locust doesn't really have enough mass to deal with a 55-tonner or a 60-tonner, so from here, MG's in play, straight to the side of the Shadowhawk. AC-5 destroyed,
Inflicted
head
some heavy
hit, pilot
damage.
injured, so there's one injury for the Shadowhawk. Let's go for a precision shot on the leg. Screw it, let's take the heat damage. Alright, we didn't take out the leg, but we did destroy the left-hand torso, so pilot injured. Took some structure damage ourselves from the overheating, but that's fine.
Orders.
Now, I really need that leg destroyed next. Vindicator on a sprint. Yeah, that'll work. Who can we hit?
Affirmative.
Didn't really add much in the way of knockdown, unfortunately. I think I should have sprinted, and I would have been able to put the PPC on target this turn. Oh well, not my best choice, but that's fine. What can we hit from here? Let's turn the AC-5 off, I think.
On it.
Down to 2 shots on that. Let's see how this goes. Destroyed the left arm. Quick Draw is jump jetting in. Didn't go for DFA, but he's engaging our Shadowhawk.
I'm hit.
And it's a second pilot hit on the Shadowhawk. That's not good. That's going to keep our pilot out for a significant period of time. Good thing I've got some spares. The Shadowhawk's kind of lacking in weaponry at this point. So...
Good to go. On the move.
Close range with the Locust. If we destroy the torso, this should drop the mech.
Got it.
Left torso destroyed, pilot incapacitated, and we did not destroy the center
One less
torso,
target.
so that is a 3-part recovery on the Shadowhawk. So, we've got ourselves one new 55-ton mech. At this point, we need to start working on the quick draw. Now, we have enough morale now for a precision shot, but we will overheat the mech if we use it. So let's brace for a turn.
Stabilizing. Engaging.
That'll cool the mech off. And we can't get into melee range with the Shadowhawk, which sucks. Alright, we'll do the precision shot.
Standing by.
Aha!
Copy
The
that.
jump jets on the Vindicator move the Vindicator further than standard walking does. Which means we can go for the leg on this side. And we'll leave the LRMs on. Their chance to hit is not as high as I would like, but if any of them do hit, they will add knockdown to the mech. Nah. That was worth the roll.
Receiving you.
Behemoth. What are we going to do with you? Still only 2 rounds in the AC. Keep it turned
Acknowledged.
off. Head hit, pilot injured. Beautiful, we needed one of those. So that was a lucky hit. Quick draw is pulling back. And it's engaging the Vindy. That's alright, the Vindy's got loads of armor. It hasn't been really damaged at this point, so the Shadowhawk was looking a little bit rough.
Yes, Commander.
Ah, yes, Decker. At only 60 tons, melee is pointless, but
Targeting
you're
for an
close
alpha
enough.
strike.
LRM crit, I'll take that.
Target's taken a critical hit.
No LRMs for you. Odin. Move right in here. The AC2s. Yeah, just 2 Ms. Gotta watch that heat for the moment.
What do you need?
And I reckon we might do some melee attacks here. If we go just to the left,
Coordinates.
the melee attacks are direction and position based. So this is going to hit. Right arm and right torso hit. When the right torso was destroyed, pilot injured, and that should have acted or added a load of knockdown.
Waiting for orders.
Not as much as I would have expected, actually.
Roger.
Alright, quick draw from above. AC, and let's go with the LRM5, see whether or not we can get any luck with this pilot. Just a little bit more knockdown.
Waiting for orders.
Get Decker to come in nice and close
Copy
again.
that.
Directly off the left-hand side, he should be able to peel that arm away with the MGs and the laser. That's gone. No, hit the head. Pilot injured. Even better. That's another injury to the pilot.
Good to go.
I think that takes us up to 3 at this point. Which if the pilot's
On
on
my way.
4 at maximum, 1 more torso. Left arm destroyed. Lost guarded. And let's... Silly camera, what are you doing? Yeah, let's just bull charge with blackjack and see what it does.
Engaging physical attack.
Kicks it in the shin. Unsteady.
Receiving you.
Behemoth. And cannot get close enough to actually hit the blackjack.
Firing all weapons.
Right leg destroyed. That's it. Right leg
Target
destroyed.
eliminated.
Mech falls over. Pilot gets
85
another
ammo gone.
injury. That's 4 injury tokens. It's a 4 injury pilot. We've just got 3 parts on quick draw as well. Pilot incapacitated. So that mech is now recoverable. So we've now going to have, at the completion of this mission, and we're just going to move our mechs back to here. We're going to recover a 60-ton quick draw
Affirmative.
on what is technically our first non-tutorial storyline mission, and
Position confirmed.
potentially a 55-ton Shadowhawk, pushing our mech weight, well, our average mech weight to over 50 tons instantly. It's done. Can't believe it really works. Engines are online, and I have thrust control. Go now, celebrate later. Roger that. Hang on, Commander. It's first time in 2 centuries this beast is going to fly.
Mission successful.
Well, that mission took a while, but that went really well towards the end. Managing to take down the Shadowhawk and the quick draw without actually destroying the center torso is going to make a huge difference to upcoming missions. So, 1.152 million for our base reward. So that's fine. Didn't get any bonuses. That's interesting. Overall damage was actually relatively light as well. The 2 injuries on Behemoth is actually a major issue. That's 40 days out with my current medical settings. But the rest of the mechs basically repair the armor. I should be able to get this entire thing ready to go. Again, all these mechs ready to fight within a week to a week and a half. But what we really want to look at is right here. Salvage. Okay, where are we? There's our Shadowhawk. And here's the quick draw. Alright, so this isn't even a question. We want the 3 parts of the quick draw. A 60-ton mech this early in the game. Now, what other potentials do we have? AC5s, medium lasers, MGs, heat sinks. There's actually quite a lot here, which is unfortunate because that lessens our chances of actually getting the 3 parts for the Shadowhawk. Alright, so we're going to confirm. Alright, so we've got 2 parts for the Shadowhawk, plus the 3 parts for the Quick Draw and 1 part for the Jenner. Large laser, SRM4 and an SRM5. 12.8 million in salvage value total. I've got some jump jets as well, LRM and SRM ammo. Well, anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. As always, Battletech will be returning to the channel very, very, very soon. I hope you found the tactics here interesting, and until next time, remember to click that like button, share and subscribe if you would like to see more, and as always, take care.